Hello, 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 my friends. Good evening. In today's episode, you are going to learn about an exciting tool that is described by its software engineer as a collection of simple, single task tools, mostly designed to help neurodivergent people with tasks that they find overwhelming or difficult. In other words, if you know someone who has ADHD or may be on the spectrum of autism or dyslexia, this is a great tool you will want to share with them. So don't go anywhere.
And welcome to Content Creators Connect. Here we're all about encouraging the three C's: connecting with others via video, content development that builds your personal brand, and creators sharing their experiences despite their distance.
And the C3 team member leading this evening is Manny, also known as Coach Manny. He is coaching us up in the world of social media marketing as well as pursuing his passion for true crime. I'm going to kick it on over to you, Mr. Manny.
Awesome, my friends. I appreciate it, Dory. I have a question for you too. And what I'm sharing tonight, Dory, I'm really going to be looking for some feedback because you're a teacher, and I think this helps in so many different ways. But I want to ask you too, do you ever struggle with a to-do task list that you're trying to, get knocked out in a day or two or a week? And you probably wondered, is there a simple way to break all these tasks down? Do you guys ever have that question?
Well, I'll kick it off and I'll say absolutely. And I've tried all sorts of different tools, but I just can't seem to find one that I stick to. I sort of be jumping from tool to tool to tool, whether it be like post-it notes that are sticking all over my monitor of my to-do list, whether it be my Outlook to-do list that's listed there, or whether it be an actual physical whiteboard that I write on a daily basis, or even a notepad that's sitting on my desk. So I have so many things that I've tried. Not everything has succeeded, but I'm always open to learning about new tools. So, but being a teacher, Dory, I you have to be super organized to be able to get through a day. So, what about you?
So, in theory, yes, you do have to be super organized. However, you can be too organized, where your to do lists become more to do lists and then even more to do lists. So, yes, I think that it is very important to develop a routine. I like to stick to the idea of a routine instead of a to do list because here's something that I have learned over the years: the time that you invest in writing something down on a to do list, sometimes you can often get that task done while it's fresh in your mind. So I am a proponent of routines, let's call it. But I am really excited, Manny, to hear what you have to say because I try to help my students in particular manage tasks. So any little tidbits that can help me communicate to them will just be the icing on the cake. And with that being said, if this is the type of content that you would like to see more of, please consider hitting that subscribe button and ding, 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 that notification bell. That way you get notified whenever we go live. And now, without further ado, on to the content.
Thank you so much. In today's episode, I'm super excited to bring this tool to you. As you know, we've talked on this channel multiple times about AI. We've talked multiple times about ChatGPT. We're not hitting on ChatGPT, but what I'm going to share with you tonight is very simple. It's very similar, but even a little more simple. I would even take it a step further. because what this tool is designed for is to break down these complex tasks that, maybe a student, maybe a fifth grade student, sixth grade, third grade, fourth grade, something that can make them have a better list to follow, but it helps do the heavy lifting. Where to start. If they have a research paper, where to start. If they're doing a specific homework, where to start, how to break it down. They're working on a research project. Well, here is a task to follow. And so I want to share this tool with you guys because I truly believe you will get some great value. And not only that, you may know someone who will get some great value. And so we're going to move on over to Google so I can help you find this site. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm right here on Google. And so right there, I'm going to type in the tool is, I mean, really, you can just go in the search bar and put goblin.tools, but just for simplicity purposes, we're going to put Goblin Tools. And you'll see right away the very first one is Magic to Do Goblin Tools. So now we are on Magic to do of Goblin Tools. Now, what do I like about this? Number one, they make this as simple as can be for you. So you see up here, you got Magic to Do, breaking things down so you don't. So it's breaking all these steps down for you. So if you're working on a project and you're like how to create a formula for whatever, it's going to tell you where to start. So we'll get back to this because this is actually my favorite part of this, but I'm going to go through each of them. They've recently added on another one. You have Formalizer. Turn the spicy thoughts into classy ones or vice versa. Now, I've shown you something similar to this tool in the past in one of our other trainings. Basically, you can type in context and it's going to reformulate the paragraph, the sentence to make it either sound more classy, less classy, whatever you choose. You can see I can make my text more formal, informal, more sociable. So, and then you convert it. Now, these little spicy, hot little spicy tamales here, there's a purpose behind it. Basically, how strong do you want them to do the heavy lifting for you? How much of the breaking down you want them to do? One being the least amount of breaking down, and at the very last one, 5, do the most breaking down for me. Do all the heavy lifting. In all my practice of doing the searches around this, I had it do all the heavy lifting for me because I wanted to see how deep this thing can go. And so that's the formalizer. Then you have the judge. I love this. I've not come across an AI tool that has this. I'm sure it might be out there, but am I misreading the tone? I can type something in there. I could put in a paragraph of something and let's see, I'm gonna just grab a paragraph and it's going to break it down for me. Let's see here. I'm gonna just grab any paragraph. Let's see. Let's go. I'm on Google. And I just even part of my search that you guys just saw, right? Stuff comes up. And so I want it to judge the tone. Say I was creating this sentence. I don't want someone to mistake the tone, right? I can use this to judge the tone and it's going to tell me how it's coming across. Based on the given text, it conveys a positive and practical emotional tone. The use of phrases such as small, simple, single task tools. So it's letting me know how other people can potentially, how they're going to take this text. Sometimes we can put a certain message in our phone, right? And maybe someone completely misreads the way that text comes across. Well, put it in here and let the judge tell you how that tone is coming across. I love that. I think that is great. A lot of times, as you guys know, I'm a racquetball coach, and I want to make sure I'm careful about how I phrase words. I don't want to make any kids feel bad. I don't want to make any parents feel bad about their kids. I'm not trying to do that, right? Sometimes, though, I don't know if it's because I'm Puerto Rican from New York City. I don't know. Sometimes my tone does not always come across the way I intended. Sometimes I could be a little outspoken. This can help me work on that because a lot of times I phrase it or say it in a way I didn't mean for it to come across like that, right? And so this can help me judge my text. Now, again, if I'm going to talk in a speech, I can still put it in there and let me know how it's coming across because I'm going to be using it in my notes or something. So I love that one as well. Now, the estimator, this is going to tell you how long that some activity is probably going to take. Now, you can see here, again, this is still an evolving app slash website. So you can get to it through the website. They also do have an app. One thing that it has shared that I really like and why I ran with this for this content tonight is it shares it's free. It plans on staying free. A lot of what you're getting right now, like Chat GPT, eventually is not going to be free. I shared a great extension with you guys in a training a month or so ago, and now that extension costs money, costs $10 a month, but when I shared it, it was free. It's still free with limited stuff. So a lot of these great tools that you're learning about, there's going to be a good chance that there's going to be a price tag attached to it later on. But this says no paywall. It has no intention of getting off of free. It plans on staying free. I love that. I hope that remains to be true. Now, it also did say that there may be some apps that could be associated with it that might have a feed to it. So that remains to be seen. We'll find out a little more about that. But you can see that it's also available in the magic to do items, but it's going to let you know how long a particular activity could possibly take for you. Then you have your compiler. If you have a lot of things, you've probably heard when you're doing research or creating a story, whatever, brain dump a lot of stuff, right? Just start typing in, just start whatever's on your mind, just start putting it in. Enter your brain dump there. It turns it into tasks for you. And then you can weed out what you're not going to run with, what you are going to run with. It's going to help you create that. And then the chef, I'm not really too familiar with that, but what am I having for lunch? You can literally see there. I'm gonna share this with one of my clients because we have a cooking show. Write what ingredients you have here. You can also write down dietary constraints, serving sizes, equipment, time, or anything else you want the chef to take into account. And then it's going to suggest what you can cook. I've not used that, but that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? So I'm a big fan of this app. A friend of mine introduced me to this app. And then I was like, you know what? I really like that app. I want to share it in today's content. And so with this, the biggest thing I like is this right here, this magic to do. And in this is where, again, the spicy level, if you wanted it to be as, very little lifting on their part, just come up with a few ideas or whatever, or you wanted to do a lot of heavy lifting. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna put in a search that I've not done, how to create a YouTube video from scratch. I'm just throwing this out there. Okay, now it's part of the list. I'm going to click my little wandery thing right here, break down item. Do you guys see my screen?
I am muted.
Oh,
Yes.
okay,
There,
good.
it just
Okay,
popped
making
up.
sure. Okay, so look what it did. It gave me tasks. It gave me a checklist. My friends, can you imagine how much time I spent in the past, even creating this for clients, creating it for myself? Look at how much this breaks it down. Okay, determine the content and purpose of the video. Research and gather necessary information or materials. Outline the video structure and flow. But here's the thing. What if I'm like, determine the content and purpose of the video? I need a little help there. I'm going to hit on that little break down the thing again. Now it's going to create a sub-task list around determine the content and purpose of the video. Great. Just start by clearly understanding what the overall goal of the video will be. Now identify the target audience for the video. Research and gather information that is relevant to your chosen content. So if you need to go that deep, look, you have some. You have some potential ways. Okay, so that's a research there. How about let's do another one. I'm gonna just get rid of that. I'm a fifth grade student, and I have to create a project around Christopher Columbus. I'm just throwing this out there. Okay, let's see what it tells us. Okay, all right, we're gonna hit our little breakdown, and it's gonna give us some breakdowns. Okay, all right, great. Choose a specific aspect or topic related to Christopher Columbus for your project. Now conduct some research on your chosen aspect. Now again, if a student is using this to help them, then they can even go a little deeper with each one. So I'm not too sure how to choose a specific aspect or topic. So let me click on the little breakdown. Well, why don't you start by brainstorming different aspects or topics related to Christopher Columbus? Okay, now again, this is on the 5 spicy level, so that's why you're getting so many options. If I had it on the 1, I wouldn't get as many options. I'm asking the AI to do the heavy lifting for me. And you can see where you have some of this. Remember, it said you can now do the estimator over here. So you can edit what you're doing your search for, add a subtask, which is kind of what we did there. And you can clear it, or you can remove the whole thing. And then boom, move on to another search. So this is something that I truly believe that maybe someone like myself, where I'm not always like, my attention's not always like, let me just get this done. I like to, for example, painting our flip, and I'm like, I'm leaving the little crevices for the end. Like my brain works a certain way that fits my personality and fits me, right? My wife will come in, her brain works a different way, and she'll be like, well, go cover the tape, put the tape on now, and then get those, use this now. And I'm like, let me do it the way I want to do it, right? Unless she was a pro, why do I need to take advice, right? But when you think about being able to break it all down and finding what works for you, just like the way I want to paint, like I'm finding what works for me. This, somebody may look at this and say, why do I need that? But someone else might say, wow, I can't believe I've never used such a thing. And so that's why it's key that as we're trying to figure out all the different things, you got the magic to do, which is going to simplify your task by giving you the step-by-step directions, for what you want to do. My gosh, that makes it easy. Then you got the spicy peppers, which is going to let you choose how detailed of the directions you want from the software. Then you hit enter. Then the goblin's going to give you a whole list and in order that you should do it with. So to me, that is a great one, So think about the way this stuff comes, right? If you're like, man, Does my message sound condescending? Could it be taken the wrong way? Go over here and ask the judge, hey, judge, what do you think, right? Because the judge is going to detect the tone in the text that you are putting into that box, and it's going to share with you. And this is great because, maybe you're someone who doesn't always pick up on those social cues, right? This is a great way to go check it out. Then, you can always take the formalizer and take those sentences or paragraph and make them sound a little more formal, a little more casual, a little more professional. So there's so many things, right? I am a fan of this tool. I'm a fan of this tool. I'm definitely going to continue to use this tool. And I'm hoping that you guys find some value in this as well, because truth is, there's a chance you know someone who can use this in school. I know, as someone who is a coach to over 40 kids, I know, and most of these kids are A students, but not every single one of the 40 is A students, right? I'm definitely going to be recommending these type of things because, hey, even though I'm there to coach them up in racquetball, I'm also there to coach them up in education, because let's be real, we want that proper education. And so that's why I think it's very key that we think about, who can this serve, and then be proactive about it. And so I want to ask my two fellow co-hosts, what do you guys think? And as a teacher, hey, let me know what you think, Dori, because I am really looking. This is all I thought about. I'm like, what is Dori going to think? What is Dori going to think? Because I'm getting first-hand feedback from a teacher. So, do you think that you would use it, or know someone else that would use it?
Oh, hang on. Oh my
There
God.
we go.
Technical difficulties. Sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
Kevin, you're up.
All right. So, yeah, absolutely a great and useful tool. And as you were presenting it, I actually went to the website and started typing in a few things. And my goodness, what a powerful tool. One of the things that I tried was I run a bit of I guess, sort of a bartending show as part of my stream. I just put in a few of the ingredients that I had under the chef menu. Boom, came out with cocktails suggestions for me to actually make. So that was great. That each one of those sections are so good in terms of helping you with brainstorming and coming up with ideas. I like the idea of a brain dump. Just throw all your ideas down, and then from there, going and creating a to-do list of doing that. And then, yeah, that magic to do, once you type in that, you can just break it down further and further and further and further into very like manageable tasks, and something that is very crisp and clear to what you need to do to accomplish that goal. So an amazing tool. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm
Thank you.
very curious to hear what Dori has to say from a teacher's perspective.
Whoa. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't muted. Whoa. So, okay. I absolutely love the judge feature because, okay, we know as adults how we can, as you mentioned, Manny, like misconstrue a message, right? Now take that and apply that to teenagers who have less world experience, and it is very difficult for them to understand the concept of tone, especially in a generation where they just do this all day.
Mhm.
So where we were raised to pick up on cues like eye contact, body language, voice intonation, all of those things are missing for the most part. Not completely, but I love the judge feature so much. And I want you to know that I am implementing this tool in my week 1 activity. So now I'm going to have to go rewrite my lesson plans again, because
I love it for the
I'm going
win.
to teach my kids. I'm going to teach my kids how to utilize this tool. Hopefully, it's not blocked at school. Fingers crossed. The other thing that I really loved was the concept of the compiler. I am a huge proponent of brain dumps, and I use them often. And one of my tactics is I will just open up a blank page in my journal, and literally when my pen or pencil hits the paper, I'll set a timer and I won't let my pen off the page until the timer goes off. And it's a situation where anything that comes into your brain, you dump it out so that you can make room for the next idea. So I'll be in the middle of writing and then it'll be one of those, did I turn off the coffee maker? So you're looking at the brain dump and there's all sorts of things on there. And then you have to sort through it. I love the fact that this tool will take what you dump into it and turn it into something amazing and turn it into tasks that you can then do something with. And I had to laugh because Robert is hanging with us tonight, and Robert said he never thought spicy peppers would make it into the conversation, and I had to chuckle. I thought that was beautiful.
I love it.
But I do just a quick confirmation, Manny. When you were talking about the peppers, is that the intensity level that you want the program to do the work for you? Just to clarify.
Yes. One
Okay.
being they're going to do the least amount of effort, 5 being they're going to give you as much as they possibly can.
Awesome. So I have never heard of this tool. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for it. I am incredibly excited to dive in. Kevin got to play with it during the show, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to open another window while I got everything running on my machine, so I didn't get to play with it yet, but I will. So I absolutely loved this content, and I think it is incredibly valuable, not just for content creators, but as we have proven, so many people can take value away from a tool like this. And I love the fact that it is free. Because as an educator, if it's free, it's for me. So with that being said, unless you gentlemen have anything else that you would like to add, I think it's time. I'm looking over here.
Wait. Or sorry. There we go. My friends, you learned a great way to really break down things when it comes to AI, when it comes to your work. And I want to share with you, if you are looking for different ways to save on time, check out our YouTube channel and check out episode 54. 5 ways to save time using AI that Kevin led on. And it was a great find. So that's episode 54. You can always click that little search button under our videos and just click AI and you'll see 5 ways to save time. That is truly one of the best trainings when it comes to apps like this to help you save time. And let's be real, we love to save time, right? Why spend a bunch of time writing out a bunch of things when these things are making our lives simpler so we can keep doing those things that we truly love to do. And my friends, if you enjoy content like this and you're finding it useful, we would love it if you'd like and subscribe. And just so you know, sharing our content is also a great way to spread the love. And you can visit our website for all the information on ways that you can connect with us at linktr.ee/content creators connect. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
And as always, if you have something that you want us to take a deep dive and maybe even use as Goblin tools to break it down even further, let us know down in the comments so that we can dig down and learn more about the topic that you have some questions about. So let's move it over to Dori to wrap things up.
Thank you for joining Content Creators Connect, aka C3, tonight as we saw Manny talk about an amazing AI tool, Goblin Tools, for the win, to help with to-do lists and break down tasks. We will return next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where Kevin will be discussing setting up a multi-cam stream. We'll be multicasting live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. X. So be sure to join us. Until then, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3Cs. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. See you next week.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.